And I moved a little bit away from Pokio's, and now I'm on the campus of SMU. So welcome to SMU. Behind me is the Gerald Ford Stadium, where SMU football plays their games. All right, Chapter 2, What Lucy Found There. "Good evening," said Lucy. But the fawn was so busy picking up its parcels that at first it did not reply. When it had finished, it made her a little bow. Good evening, said the fawn. "Excuse me, I don't want to be inquisitive, but should I be right in thinking that you are a daughter of Eve?" "My name's Lucy," said she, not quite understanding him. "But you are, forgive me, you are what they call a girl?" asked the fawn. "Of course I'm a girl," said Lucy. "You are in fact human?" "Of course I'm human," said Lucy, still a little puzzled. I'm not sure where he's walking to because that is a closed fence. Sorry, distracted. To be sure, said the fawn. "How stupid of me. But I've never seen a son of Adam or a daughter of Eve before." Oh, he's hopping the fence. I guess that works. That works too. I will start over. To be sure, said the fawn. "How stupid of me. But I've never seen a son of Adam or a daughter of Eve before. I am delighted." That is to say, and then it stopped as if it had been going to say something it had not intended but had remembered in time. Delighted, it went on. "Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Mr. Tumnus. Or Tumnus. Tumnus. I am very pleased to meet you, Mr. Tumnus," said Lucy. "And may I ask, O Lucy, daughter of Eve," said Mr. Tumnus, how have you come into Narnia?" "Narnia? What's that?" said Lucy. "This is the land of Narnia," said the fawn, "where we are now. All that lies between the lamppost and the great castle of Cair Paravel on the eastern sea. And you have come from the wild woods of the west?" I got in through the wardrobe in the spare room," said Lucy. "Ah," said Mr. Tumnus, in a rather melancholy voice. So, more like, "Ah. If only I had worked harder at geography when I was a little fawn, I should no doubt know about all those strange countries. It is too late now." "But they aren't countries at all," said Lucy, almost laughing. "It's only just back there, at least, I'm not sure. It is summer there." "Meanwhile," said Mr. Tumnus, "it is winter in Narnia, and has been for ever so long, and we shall both catch cold if we stand here talking in the snow. Daughter of Eve from the far land of Spare where eternal summer reigns around the bright city of Wardrobe, how would it be if you came and had tea with me?" "Thank you very much, Mr. Tumnus," said Lucy. "But I was wondering whether I ought to be getting back." "It's only just round the corner," said the fawn. "And there'll be a roaring fire, and toast, and sardines, and cake." "Well, it's very kind of you," said Lucy, "but I shan't be able to stay long. If you will take my arm, daughter of Eve," said Mr. Tumnus, "I shall be able to hold the umbrella over both of us. That's the way. Now off we go." And so Lucy found herself walking through the wood arm in arm with the strange creature as if they had known each other their whole lives. They had not gone far before they came to a place where the ground became rough and there were rocks all about and little hills up and little hills down. At the bottom of one small valley, Mr. Tumnus turned suddenly aside as if he were going to walk straight into an unusually large rock. But at the last moment, Lucy found he was leading her into the entrance of a cave. As soon as they were inside, she found herself blinking in the light of a wood fire. Then Mr. Tumnus stood and took a flaming piece of wood out of the fire with a neat pair of little tongs and lit a lamp. "Now we shan't be long," he said, and immediately put a kettle on. Lucy thought she had never been in a nicer place. It was a little dry, clean cave of reddish stone with a carpet on the floor and 2 little chairs, one for me and one for a friend, said Mr. Tumnus, and a table and a dresser and a mantelpiece. Over the fire, and above that, a picture of an old fawn with a gray beard. In one corner, there was a door which Lucy thought must lead to Mr. Tumnus's bedroom. And on one wall was a shelf full of books. Lucy looked at these while he was setting out the tea things. They had titles like The Life and Letters of Silenus, or Nymphs and Their Ways of, or Men, Monks and Gamekeepers, A Study in Popular Legend, or Is Man a Myth? Many books like that. Now, daughter of Eve, said the fawn. And really, it was a wonderful tea. There was a nice brown egg, lightly boiled for each of them, and then sardines on toast, and then buttered toast, and then toast with honey, and then a sugar-topped cake. And when Lucy was tired of eating, the fawn began to talk. He had wonderful tales to tell of life in the forest. He told about the midnight dances and how the nymphs who lived in the wells and the dryads who lived in the trees came out to dance with the fawns. About long hunting parties after the milk-white stag who could give you wishes if you caught him. About feasting and treasure-seeking with the red dwarves in deep mines and caverns far beneath the forest floor. And then about summer, when the woods were green, and old Silenus on his fat donkey would come to visit them, and sometimes Bacchus himself. And then the streams would run with wine instead of water, and the whole forest would give itself up to jollification for weeks on end. Not that it isn't always winter